Well, hello friends, how are you? Hey, I wanted to do a quick update on my VSG journey, and I thought I have a little bit of time before we're gonna go out to go couch shopping, and so I thought I would do my video. So my name is Jennifer. I am 5'4". I had VSG surgery on January 23rd, 2017, and my pre-op weight, which was just January 17th, 2017, was 257. My surgery weight was 250, and that was January 23rd. And I am just a couple days shy of my 7-week post-op. So today my current weight is 222.8, so that's a total loss of 34.2 since my pre-op and 27.2 from my surgery date. Very, very excited about that. I'm just really quite thrilled, because what other diet could you lose that much weight in almost just shy of 7 weeks? So that is going fantastic. Definitely losing a little slower now. You know, at first it comes off pretty easy, but not so much anymore. But you know, it's all good. It's all good. So a couple things I want to talk to you guys about, and I want to kind of get some advice on if anybody else that is post-op around my time, or you know, further. Sorry, my second dog just walked up. This is Peanut, and that is Bella. She's our new puppy. So my incisions aren't healing that good. Well, here, you know, I guess let me try to show you without showing too much. Let me see. These are my MD patches, and so that's my one, and then that's another one, and then this one doesn't look very good. Now this is the big one above my belly button. That one's totally healed, and then this one, look at that. It's like totally healed, but look at the difference between these two incisions. So I was just curious if anybody else has had that problem, and if you have, what have you done? I've been putting triple antibiotic cream on it, and then it's sort of like, this is really gross, but it kind of opens up a little bit, and it kind of like oozes a little bit, and then it scabs over again. But since I'm literally like 2 days shy of 7 weeks, I wouldn't have like suspected to have incisions that were so unhappy looking still. So any advice, greatly appreciated. Second thing I wanted to talk to you about is, for me, so I've talked about in the past about having chronic illness and how that has affected my weight gain, my energy levels, all that stuff. But what I've noticed is, I think that 6 weeks was sort of the spot where my energy levels has picked up a little bit. So it kind of gives me some hope. Now, because I've had low energy for so long, I haven't done a lot of exercise. And so like at work yesterday, I actually took a walk. And so I took a walk around like the block, which it's actually kind of, for me, it was huge. It was a very big walk. But so I was only able to do one lap around and it's not just around the building. It's like around way, way, way back and around. But so it was a good start, but it was the first time in this whole time where I felt like I actually had the energy to get up and go for a walk. And then when I got home, or when I left work, I actually went to Ross and I did some shopping. I ran into an old friend and had a great chat. And I actually bought a pair of pants that was one size below what I'm wearing now. Unfortunately, they don't fit yet, which I was a little well, you know what, to be honest, I didn't actually try them on. I just held them up. I'm like, these won't fit me. So I just put them in the drawer, because they will soon, I'm sure. But you know what's weird about clothes is, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have also experienced this too, where you know your size, like this is like in our old lives, you know your size. You're like, for instance, I wear a size 18 women's, so 18W. Well, because I know my size, if I go to Ross or if I go to Kohl's, or, you know, I don't actually have a lot of stores around here, but those are like the two primary places I buy clothes. So I would just buy, if I saw something size 18W, they look cute, I wouldn't go try them on because I really didn't have time or the energy, so I would just buy them. Well, sizes fluctuate so much that I've bought so many clothes in my size that didn't fit. And so now that's what I'm wearing now. I'm pulling out all of the small versions of my old size. So, so I actually have like a brand new wardrobe in terms of my pants. I just, it was funny. I went through like I had a whole dresser downstairs filled with all these old clothes that didn't fit me. And a lot of them were size 18W. And so I just took my pants off and I just started trying them on. And now I've got like a stack of jeans, and it's so exciting because, basically I've lost like 35 pounds. And so it's remarkable how, because I think I'm losing weight like all over, I'm not losing it just like in one spot, how my clothing sizes are it's kind of changing kind of slowly, even though it's been 35 pounds, but I'm tickled about it. I'm really happy about it. And the fact that I don't have to go out and buy new pants, that's a plus, because I realized I go from 18W in my dresser down to 18, and then I don't really, I thought I had kept more clothes, but I guess I didn't. I just had a ton of the same size. But anyway, so I'm finally starting to get the energy. But then what I was going to say is that after I got home from Ross, like I was kind of mentioning too, that I went downstairs and we have a guest bedroom that has sort of become sort of like the throw everything in there when you don't want to look at it kind of room. So I've got a bunch of my kids' laundry in there. Like if they're going to have company in their rooms, like a friend over, to clean their room, they take all their crap and they stick it in this guest room. And so I've been trying to organize that, because like, what if we actually have a guest? What would we do? So anyway, so that was exciting to find all those clothes. And I'm also trying to get like some, I think at the size I was before, when I was like, almost 260, I had some sizes that were actually kind of almost like too big for me at the time. So now they're really too big. So I'm actually able to get rid of, a little bit more stuff. So that's been really fun. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is I've talked a lot about my struggles with getting my fluids in. So I want to talk about food intake. So basically at 7 weeks, I'm able to get in about 700 to 800 calories per day. That's my goal. I am focusing almost all my calories on protein first and vegetables or fruit. I have incorporated, I've tried to have one piece of fruit per day. My goal is actually I have it right here. My goal, I think I'm going to actually go towards the Pound of Cure because program. I know that in my pre-op video, I had said I was going to go to do keto, but what I'm finding is my stomach does not tolerate fat very well. So I have to really limit my like avocado. I made like deviled eggs, and I'm able to only eat 1/2 of a deviled egg, and that it not only fills me up, but I feel like if I were to eat more than one, I mean, it's just a start of a twinge, like upset stomach, where it's not enough to really be like bad, but I'm getting like all my good fats in, I'm getting, my good protein in, so it's like kind of worth it. And for me, it's like a 2-bite meal. So literally and then what I have found I do is I sip on either Atkins shakes, which is this is what I'm having for breakfast. So I'm having this for breakfast, and I also had 1/2 of a deviled egg. And it's actually 10:46 now, and I'm still drinking. You can probably hear I'm still drinking this. I have had about 12 ounces of water already, and I've already started my second water. But in terms of like my space, my capacity is it's so like such a small amount of food I can eat at a time. I try not to eat anything like any processed foods, like no. Well, I guess the shakes are kind of processed, but you know what I mean. I'm trying not to eat any breads. I have had a little bit of rice because the other day my kids went to a taqueria and asked me if I want anything, and so I had them order me a kid-size bean, cheese, and rice burrito. I had never had one from there, and so I wanted to try it. And so the burrito was this long. It was like, like one of those frozen burritos you get from like, I think it's called El Monterey, like a bag of like frozen burritos. It was about that size. I ate like that much, and I just had to laugh because I had told my friend that I had asked the kids to get me this, And I was kind of joking about the fact that I wonder, like, he was like, I wonder how much you're going to be able to eat of it. Well, because of like the tortilla part, oh my gosh, it was so filling. So I was like ripping tortilla off and feeding it to the dogs and just trying to have like little bits of like the refried beans and stuff. But it literally took me 2 days to eat a burrito that big, and it was like cut up like in four servings from this little tiny burrito. It was hysterical, but you know, it was nice to be able to eat like regular food. And I have gone to a sushi restaurant, and I was able to eat a bowl of miso soup, which tasted fantastic, and I had one avocado cucumber roll, but and I was doing fine. It actually, we were there for almost an hour, so it took me almost an hour to eat that amount of food. But I made the mistake of I had half of my daughter had ordered tempura, and it was like the veggie tempura, and they had what is it called? Not yam, butternut squash. It was butternut squash tempura, and I love butternut squash, and I love yams too. But so I took half of one, and I actually took off the breading, and I just ate it, and it was really nice and soft. But it pushed me over the edge, and I kind of had one of those like stop and hold and kind of like freeze moments where I had to kind of like let it get down a little bit before we could even leave the restaurant, because it was like, oops, that was over the top. But you know, but still, you know, learning boundaries, learning how much could fit in our tummies. All of us are different. I know some people can eat like 4 ounces at a time. Me, I tend to be more 2 ounces at a time. And of course, it depends on the thickness. Even though I've been approved to basically eat whatever, I'm very, very cautious. I try not to eat anything that has any sharpness. Like I have had some chips, but I kind of really make sure it's really broken down before I swallow it, because I had actually heard some horror stories about a guy at my hospital who just like in the same days I was in the hospital, he had eaten a bunch of chips and had ruptured his stomach or something. I'm kind of have like this little bit of a fear of chips. But so I just eat like real small. And I'm also trying to cut up my food really, really well. And really trying to slow down in order to get all my calories in. But overall, I really feel good. I'm really excited about everything. I've really appreciated all the wonderful comments everyone has left for me. It's so encouraging. This is such a hard thing to sort of be vulnerable, you know, out there, and like showing like the last video I made where I showed some of my before pictures. That was really hard, because just know that I had been the only one that had really seen those pictures before, because that's not something I don't post pictures on. I don't post pictures on Facebook. It's kind of something, even though we live this overweight life, we also want to hide at the same time. So, you know, it's bad enough having to go to a family event and know inside that, oh gosh, you know, I've gained 30 pounds since everyone saw me last, or I've gained 50 pounds or 100 pounds. None of us want to be judged. And especially when it happens really, really fast. Like for me, I gained the weight. It really, in like a 5-year period, is I went from being a little bit overweight but being very active, to getting really sick and gaining a significant amount of weight that put me from just being a little bit overweight to being at a level of a weight that was affecting like my ability to have a high quality of life, just because of not only do I have the autoimmune diseases and all of the other health issues that I already have, but now is having effects from being overweight. So that is definitely, so pictures, you know, first off, I don't have a single picture of myself at my highest weight. So the pictures that I showed was actually at lower weights, and it really fluctuated. But I'm so, you know, I've talked about in the past how glad I am I did this. It was the best thing I ever did. No regrets. So I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm gonna try doing another video in a week if there's anything to update. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic, and thank you again from the bottom of my heart for all your support. Okay, have a great week. Bye, everybody.